Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
I believe my girlfriend of 2 years has been cheating on me with her younger brother. Here's some context. I'm 24 years old, and my girlfriend is also 24. We've been dating for 2 years, and she just moved in with me 8 months ago. Her younger brother is 16 years old. I didn't want to post this, but I'm at a loss for what to do and have no idea how to handle this scenario. This occurred around the time of Christmas last year. This is when I noticed my girlfriend was perhaps cheating on me with her younger sibling. My fiancé and I agreed to spend the night at her parents' place to celebrate Christmas with them. We went to see my relatives on Christmas Eve. I traveled 4 hours and arrived to my parents' house about 1 p.m. on Christmas Eve, where we spent a few hours. My girlfriend's parents lived 7 hours distant from mine. So we left my parents' place at 6 p.m., and I drove us to her parents' house. We arrived about 2 a.m., and I was weary from traveling all day. We went to her parents' home and into her old room, and I promptly fell asleep. However, I awoke 2 hours later at 4:30 a.m. because I needed to pee, and when I awoke, my girlfriend was not there. I didn't want to snoop about her parents' house looking for her, so I went to the restroom, which is across the hall from her parents' room. When I walked out, I noticed some unusual sounds coming from her parents' room. I could hear bed creaks and faint murmurs. In my thoughts, I was thinking, well, Mr. Dot is having an affair with Mrs. A. Mr. and Mrs. are my girlfriend's parents. However, on my way back to our room, I ran into Mr. Dot and asked him what he was up to. He said he was going to buy some water for Mrs. Dot. I asked him where they were sleeping now, since I assumed the bedroom across the bathroom was theirs. When my girlfriend moved out, her younger brother moved into their room, and my girlfriend's parents moved into his room and remodeled it to make it larger. I went back to sleep, completely perplexed. Then why the heck did I hear groaning and bed-crawling noises from my girlfriend's younger brother's room? I laid on the bed, completely awake, but appearing to be sleeping, waiting for my girlfriend to return, and she climbed into bed and simply hugged me for about 20 minutes. I was asleep with my back to her. I didn't want to accept my girlfriend was doing anything with her younger brother that morning. I have faith in her, so I didn't question her where she was in the morning or anything else, and instead spent the day enjoying Christmas with her and her family. That's when I began to notice problems. I recall their little brother spending nights in my house because he told me he enjoyed playing with our dog. Every weekend, my girlfriend would pick him up and have him over. I recall arriving home one night and her younger brother was sleeping over at my house without my knowledge, and my girlfriend told me he had a dispute with their parents and wanted some time away from them. I'd come home and find my girlfriend doing laundry, washing our bed sheets when I plainly just cleaned them the night before, and her younger brother was here sleeping on the sofa, and she'd tell me that I did a poor job cleaning the bed sheets. So I decided to look into it further. I paid mine and my girlfriend's phone bills, and I decided to look into the text messages she sent on her end. I had her younger brother's phone number, and I checked to see what messages were sent to him from my girlfriend's phone, and there was some strange things on there. My girlfriend would text me things like, "We can only do so while he is at work. I'll tell you that you wanted to do something today, and I'll be home in a few hours. How do you come to be so good? I'm going to get a wax today, and I'm thinking, who the hell tells their younger brother they're going to get a wax? I haven't addressed my girlfriend yet, and I'm not sure how to do so, because I don't want to come out as an alleging things like this, and if I go to her parents, they'll simply think I'm nuts." Update. I went to see my elder sister and her husband about the predicament I'm in, and they both believe what I said. My sister just urged me to chuck her out and dump her because she doesn't care what she does anymore. I still love her and don't want to accept it unless I have real evidence. I proposed security cameras from you guys, and they agreed it would be a good idea. I showed them the texts, and they were appalled with what they read. I'm going to install security cameras in my bedroom, but first I'm going to purchase a gun safe to make it seem unobtrusive in the morning, and then I'll install the security cameras so that they can view the gun safe, but most importantly, the bed, and I'll put one in the living room. My sister's spouses proposed that I give them a spare key to my home so that they may just drive by and feed my dog or anything. They advised that I find out the next time her younger brother visits my house so that when and if I happen to be working that day, they may attempt to catch me in the act. I'll try to keep you all informed. I don't want to think she's doing it, but I need to know the truth for my own sanity. Edit. My girlfriend and I both have iPhones that are linked to my iCloud account and are backed up to the iCloud on a regular basis. I can't access SMS text messages, but I can use my Mac, which has my iCloud account, to restore her phone's iCloud backup and restore that version onto my phone since they're both under my iCloud account, and I can see the iMessages she's sent, which include both the iMessage and who it was sent to. Story 2. Found out my dead dad was having an affair. So my father passed away 4 years ago today. He and my mother had been blissfully married for 42 years at the time of his death. We were a small but close-knit group of people. Because I only have one sibling, he is absolutely clueless of what is going on. Recently, she was cleaning up the garage, since what else can you do while your house is under lockdown? She also came upon a box containing his personal items, which she had never seen before. It included hundreds of cards and letters from another woman that had been collected over a 16-year period. My mom has been devastated by this news. I'm enraged and depressed at the same time. Heartbreak should be avoided at this stage of one's life, especially for a 76-year-old lady. He has left her confused, upset, and outraged. She's becoming fascinated with it, and she's beginning to doubt everything, which is something I wholeheartedly agree with. What can I do to help her get through this difficult time? I wish she hadn't found out about it. Thank you so much to everyone who has expressed their appreciation. I'm finding it difficult to react to everyone individually, so here are some more broad replies to consider. My mother argues that she is not a candidate for therapy. She is also not a believer in any religion. It is just in me and two of her closest friends that she has confided, and both of us are working to assist her. She doesn't want anybody to find out what she's up to. I made many futile attempts to track down the other woman. I just have a first and last name, and it's not a very well-known one. Because none of the letters were still in their envelopes, I was unable to determine where she was sending them from because there were no postmarks on them. There are also 2 photographs, so I have a clear picture of what she looked like. A woman on Facebook, who I assume to be her, came to my attention. It was in January 2019 that she made her most recent public appearance, and she has not responded to my private message or accepted my friend request. I've spent many hours on the internet trying to locate her using a variety of methods, but I've come up empty-handed every time. We think they first met while working together in the early 1980s, following which he moved on to another company and their relationship blossomed. We are not aware of any other individuals who collaborated with them. My brother is completely oblivious of what is going on since my mother, and I agreed that we did not want him to feel the same way that we do about things. He saw my father as a role model. We're not sure how much good it will do to tell him of the situation. It's just another broken heart to add to the list. What baffles us the most is why he chose to keep them intact. Being aware of his impending death provided him with plenty of time to kill them. He was a well-educated young gentleman. We can only guess that he intended his mother to find out about them one day, but why exactly? Thank you for staying with me all the way through this.